Hello and welcome to the ASUG News Studio at ASUG Annual Conference in Sapphire Now. I'm Craig Powers, and today I have a really important topic for SAP right now, and a great customer story from Snohomish Public Utility Department in Washington State, my home state. So I'm really happy to have Amanda Bowman from Snohomish PUD on, and Nina Odo from Deloitte, who helped Snohomish implement their SuccessFactors implementation. So what I wanted to start with you, Amanda, we're talking about moving to SuccessFactors, which is a big topic right now, especially you guys are doing Employee Central, correct?
Correct.
So what prompted to move to SuccessFactors?
Well, it was part of a larger project at the district, so the plan was to implement SAP for our ERP, and then that natural progression was what we were going to do with our HR system. We were on PeopleSoft at the time, so we needed to make a decision what we were going to do, and the decision was made that we would be going to an SAP product, and then at that point we had an opportunity to choose between the HCM and the cloud.
And what factored into the decision to go with cloud over on-premise? I know that Mike Etling, who's the head of HR at SuccessFactors, he was talking yesterday how basically there's not going to be a lot of innovation in on-premise going forward. Did that factor into your decision?
That was a big factor of the decision. So that was an impact, and then also the quarterly updates. Those were important to us.
Yes.
Being a public agency, we don't update our systems as frequently, so to have the opportunity to have quarterly updates was appealing to us.
Yeah, that's great. You know, so it was really the agility of the cloud, and I know to use a buzzword, but so Nina, you're helping with the implementation. I know that you already have some implemented because you're taking a wave approach.
We are.
Can you explain to me what a wave approach is and how you came to that decision to do that?
Sure. So we have taken on what we are calling our waves, and we've had 2 waves to date, and our 3rd wave is scheduled to go live in August. We started this project back in February and March of 2014, so a little over a year.
Okay.
And there were a lot of things that we had to take into consideration as we shaped up the approach as well as the timeline. There were things such as the degree of change that was being brought into the organization, as the district had no self-service at all.
Right.
There were other activities from an overall one project perspective that we needed to take into consideration, and then typical HR process cycles such as compensation planning, open enrollment. So we took all of those factors into consideration, and we laid out a few different approaches, and to include a big bang approach, going live with everything, maybe going first with talent, and then ultimately the wave approach with core HR first, which is what we've done.
Great.
And the key for that was, being able to bring in change in a gradual and a logical manner, and then being able to maximize the resources, both on the district side as well as the Deloitte side.
And I know we talked earlier about how you said, while the overall SAP ERP implementation is going on, it's been nice to have some of those wins, to have SuccessFactors already in place.
Most definitely. So the overall one program, the first go live is scheduled for September.
Yeah.
But again, along the way, we've had 2 successful go lives. The first wave was in September of 2014, and that was Employee Central and then Learning. We had open enrollment in November, and then wave 2 was compensation, performance, in the February-March timeframe.
So it sounds like you already have quite a lot going on, a lot of change. How have your users met that change?
Our users have been more open than we expected.
Good.
We have a change champion network that we've utilized, so we have subject matter experts that have been embedded in the departments.
Great.
And we have regular meetings with them. So I think just being really transparent with the whole process has helped our end users. And then the feedback that we're getting is very positive.
Awesome.
It's a easy to use UI, so they're pleasantly surprised.
So that sounds like a success in itself. Are there any other successes that you're having so far since moving from PeopleSoft to SuccessFactors?
I think The successes have come with the employee self-service and the manager self-service aspect, taking a lot of the guesswork out of HR, a lot of the phone calls back and forth to a manager. Did you really mean to do this or this? So it's really the managers and the employees taking care of their own data and pushing it through the approval process. So that's been a win for us.
Great, and to wrap it up, I guess each of you, I'll pose this to each of you, maybe you can each give me one quick a lesson that you could pass on to another customer watching right now.
I'll let you start with that, Nina.
Sure. I definitely think that making sure that you take time to take all factors into consideration and define a well thought out approach and timeline is really a key lessons learned for us, and we've done well with that. And along the way, being able to readjust as required. So as we've gone into each wave, we've looked at our schedule and taken the right steps to make sure that we're going to have a successful rollout each step of the way.
Yeah. And I would just end with communicate early and often to your end users. They don't want to fill in the blanks with guesswork.
That's great, because you don't want to throw something, surprise them at the end, right?
Right.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming on. It's a great story, and I'm sure it was great to have you on the ASUG program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
And thank you for watching. For more customer stories just like Snohomish PUD, head to asugnews.com.